Moaning about horsepower, receiving a fine within the first races, and crashing out multiple times was probably not the start Joey Logano would have wanted for his 2024 season. But here we are. So what did he say, and what are his changes this season? First up, the horsepower comments after last weekend tire-reliant race. "We want more power," said two-time Cup champion Joey Logano. "It increases tire wear, it makes the track wider, and it's more badass." Does it really make that bit of a difference? But if going directly against Nascar wasn't bad enough, what about that illegal racing glove? Logano was fined $10,000 because the racing gloves he used were not SFI certified. Nascar, however, didn't punish the driver or his team with any deducted points. It's safe to say that Joey Logano's season has gotten off to a bad start. He has wrecked 3 times and has only finished better than 28th once, in Las Vegas, where he came in 9th. He sits 26th in the standings. Logano doesn't need to worry yet, but the start has been tough to watch. After his accident, he was angry that John Hunter Nemechek got into the back of him as he was leaving the care center. Logano is a fierce fighter who knows that putting on and taking off his helmet changes him. If you listen to him in the Fox Sports booth during some Xfinity Series races this year, you might not think he's had a bad month so far. He had every right to be mad that Nemechek hit him from behind. When asked about it, Nemechek said he didn't mean to, but he thought Logano had slowed down a bit. It's easy to see why Logano wouldn't take any blame if he didn't think it was his fault. It was clear from the edge in his voice that he was still competitive and knew that having a bad day makes a driver more likely to crash. Even though he has won poles this year, he doesn't feel very good about his speed after the Vegas-Phoenix swing. But Logano has been through enough trouble, and his crew chief, Paul Wolfe, will put him in a position to make up ground from where he is in the rankings. It's been 35 races since Logano last won, which is almost a year. His last win was at Atlanta in March 2023. When will that chance come for Logano to show those people they were wrong again? He has won Cup races at 4 of the next 5 tracks. Twice at Richmond, once at Martinsville, once at Texas, and 3 times at Talladega. But what's maybe even more important is that he won't crash out of any more races. Even if he doesn't have the speed to win, he'll still finish 9th, just like he did in Las Vegas. Logano doesn't run for second, so it won't be fun for him. He wants to do it. It will be interesting to see how he finds his way. But Logano is in a bad spot because this has been normal in 2024. Logano crashed during the Daytona 500 and ended in 32nd place. He also wrecked on the last lap of Stage 2 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. The driver of the number 22 car kept going but finished in 28th place. Logano only had one good race, which was at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, where he came in 9th. With all of Logano's crashes in the first races, he is now 26th in the points. The 2-time NASCAR Cup Series winner shouldn't worry though. Logano is 26th in points, but things look a lot worse than they really are. Logano will likely get back to a good spot in the point standings if he can have some clean races over the next month. We shouldn't worry about the playoffs yet because it's still early. In fact, Christopher Bell made it to the championship 4 in 2022. Even though he had a rough start to the year, Logano still has hope. And he kind of showed us a redemption drive last weekend where Joey Logano drove the number 22 Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang to a 22 ND place finish at Bristol Motor Speedway on Sunday afternoon. After having to deal with tight driving early on, Logano and the number 22 worked to control tire wear that was happening to more and more cars in the field as the first stage went on. In the last few laps of Stage 1, some of the leads started to lose speed, but Logano kept going and finished 11th in the first stage. By lap 204, Logano had climbed back into the top 5, and he was in 6th place when the caution flag flew on lap 226, when the number 22 team chose to use only their right-side tires. This let Logano restart in 5th place with 11 laps to go in the second stage. He was in first place with 5 laps to go, but in the end he had to settle for third place in Stage 2. Because tire wear was still a big issue during the long runs, Logano was moved out of the top 20 before the green flag stops began. He finally went to pit road on lap 436 for the team's last set of sticker tires. The race had 500 laps, and it stayed green the whole time. Logano crossed the finish line in 22nd place. Up and down day for our Shell Pennzoil Ford Mustang team. Obviously, tire wear played a huge factor. We were doing everything we could to manage that and track position all day. It seemed like everyone was chasing different strategies on the fly, which made this race what it was. Glad we were able to make it out of here with some stage points, and we'll keep moving forward. Even though he will keep moving forward, Joey Logano has come clean and said that this is the worst start to a year he has ever had. He then gave each track a rating and said that his runs at the super speedways were bad and that even the P9 payday at Las Vegas wasn't great. It's definitely the toughest start of a season I've ever had. Some of it is out of our control, some of it in our control, but we just haven't scored the points. The super speedways, Atlanta, and our cars were really fast. Vegas, we were mediocre. Last week was a struggle. Logano said that the team is working on figuring out what the real problems are, even though they haven't been able to do so yet. This is the same team that's won 2 championships, the team that knows how to do it. Paul, Wolf, number 22 crew chief, knows. We all know, we don't really have to talk about it a whole bunch. We kind of know the situation, we know who we are, we know we can fight out of it. So, just keep on digging, Logano said. But even though Logano's season is off to a bad start, his fans should take heart in the fact that he has never missed the Title 4 in an even-numbered year since NASCAR's title race began in 2014. Since 2014, these are Logano's points finishes in years with an even number of years. 2014, 4th, 2016, 2nd, 2018, 1st, 2020, 3rd, and 2022, 1st. Logano's average points finish in those 5 years is an unheard of 2.2. However, in uneven numbered years, his performance noticeably drops off, and despite being close a few times, he has never made the championship 4 in an odd-numbered year. 2015, 6th. 2017, missed playoffs. 2019, 5th. 2021, 8th. And 2023, 12th. Why does this apply to Logano? No one knows. It may just be an obscure stat, but it's been so consistent that it's hard to discount it completely. As hard as it is to picture Logano in the Championship 4 this year, history says there's a 100% chance that he makes it. But do you believe these statistics? Could Logano turn this disastrous start around? Only time will tell. But one this is certain. There are plenty of races left for Logano to make up the deficit. What do you think? Will we see Logano rising the standings in the upcoming races? Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe for more NASCAR videos.